Okay, let's see. Can you try to refresh the page? Hey, you're here. Okay. Does that work? Am I? Can you see me? Okay, I guess. Well, please confirm if you can see me. All good. Okay, okay. So yeah, let's use the Twitch chat. Sadly, because I'm, have been with problems with OBS. Yeah, I have reset everything, so I have no Yarosco, no anything. It's just raw OBS. I haven't spent more time configuring OBS or anything. So for this stream, let's do something different. Anyway, so how can I set up Postgres password localhost on my Ubuntu? Okay, so with chatbots, you need to format it like a story. You need to tell a story. So something like, I don't know, I have an Ubuntu and I want to try PostgreSQL. How can I set up Postgres password at localhost test on my machine? Sure, here are the steps to set up a PostgreSQL database in Ubuntu. First install PostgreSQL with sudo pd update, that looks good. Install PostgreSQL contrib, that looks good. By default, PostgreSQL creates a user named Postgres that has administrative access to the database server. To use this user, switch to the Postgres account by running sudo su postgres. Once logged as Postgres user, you can create a new database user and a database. Let's assume you want to create a user named my user. Let's make this thing bigger. So I still have to move the windows around. Sorry about this. Data and a database named my database. Run the following commands: create user, my user interactive, create db, my database. When you run the create user command, will be user to run data. Yes, it is. Yeah, databases are complicated. The thing is that, okay. The thing is that the setup always looks the same. It always looks the same. So once you get used to this, it's always kind of a copy pasta. You will get used to that. You will need to modify the pghba conf to allow user to connect. So you modify your file. This is a good estimate on where your file will be. I think it's in here. You just have to replace with the version. Yeah. There is a line that reads local Postgres peer, replace with MD5.
This is not financial advice.
That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea because you still don't have passwords. You need to set up a password first. And you can do here a reload instead. And then you connect manually. Yes. The thing is that doing all that via console is complicated. So that's why I'm recommending pgadmin. Can I do this via pgadmin? Is there an online read-only test database I can use to check if my program works correctly? Read-only test database? No. No one will have a Postgres or a database open to the world. And it's read-only. So yeah, you install pgadmin. Yeah, click on the object tab in the left-hand pane, new server. Yeah, and you connect to the server. Save button. Yes, that's how it should be done. So I don't know if do I have pgadmin? No, I don't have pgadmin. I don't have any pgadmin. Huh. So this will be bullseye. Okay, let's follow the steps. Ooh, that doesn't work. Oh my god. That folder is wrong. It's bullseye. That is what is wrong. I need to change that. No, please don't. Please don't. Start pgadmin as regular user. Okay, I guess. Next step. For desktop mode only, yes. Really don't want to run. We don't want to run it in web mode. For web mode, I mean, if we install a server, web mode will be nice because you could access a web page in the server and run pgadmin from there in your browser, and that's nice. Let's see if it works. It did set up something, but okay. It's starting. I have to share the different screen, but yeah. I saw it send the pick on element. Yes, yes. That's correct. You are in the right track. I know it looks weird. So I'll tell you what to do. You go and do so if you go to etc Postgres, okay, you have here the version that you have running, the different versions. You should have one. Right now I have like 5. Let's assume it's 15. I don't know which version I'm actually running. So here sorry, you cannot see. My bad.
На дворе, блядь, арбасы стал бы 108. Пацаны, блядь, Адидас, все, что носят. Арбасы, пошло всем тут.
Here it is. So, as said, okay? So you go to... I cannot make this bigger. Yes. Maybe that's too big. I don't know. So in etc you have Postgres. Okay, pgadmin 4 is not working for me right now. We need to debug that. And inside you have one per version. So you should have one folder, not 5 like I do, because I don't know how many versions do I have. But let's assume it's 15. Okay, you will have main. Okay, that's always main. And then here, 12. Okay, it's the same. Okay, let me open 12. Okay, and then you have PG HBA. Okay, you edit this as sudo. Okay, there is a bunch of comments explaining how this file works. Scroll down, down, down. Okay, and now you can do the following. This is going to remove security, but is temporary. You are going to do this temporary. So you go and you do no, actually no. Actually, I think you should do because you are connecting. Yeah. So you go and do host all databases. Postgres 127.0.0.1/32, and here you do trust. And that will remove the need for a password, because the problem is that you still don't have a password. Okay, and that's for localhost. The key thing is that when you connect, you need to provide localhost as the address, because if you don't, it connects via Unix, it will go via peer method, and that will fail. So you do this, okay, and you connect via localhost. You save this. Yeah, I can open the file again. Oh wait, cancel.
Катимся на каракатице, блядь.
I'm waiting. Okay, so you save this, and now you do sudo etc init PostgreSQL reload, or I think it's also or sudo service PostgreSQL reload. I think it's the same. That should be enough. Then when you try again with pgadmin, it should connect as long as you're using localhost as the host. It's not pgadmin. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but you have to check the host. You have to check the host. Crap. I could get pgadmin to load. Yes, but you have to check the host.
Fight disinformation and stop this war. Now listen to why this
Problem is that
never gets a Russian
it
visa.
really wants.
15 ruble comment post. Stop war. Hey,
I don't want to do that.
stop war. What about about United States? What about 8 years ago? How about you leave Ukraine and stop always blaming NATO? How can countries show itself as a bullied underdog when their leader threatens to turn left to nuclear fog? Not only Slavs or Eastern Europe, people are united. The world has called for peace, and doesn't it feel wrong to fight it? We invent a dance called back footing. We stand with our friends and we chant. We invent a dance called back footing. We stand with our friends and we chant back Putin.
And it still, with that it still has... No. It's 127.0.0.1 without the slash, yes. And it still doesn't work. What other method do I have? Port is 55432.
I suggest not lying. For liberators, they should do a lot of occupying. Responding to a comment means one of them wins. Don't feed the trolls, stop pouring water on these Kremlins. Goal is not to change your mind, it is just to confuse you. Are these paid bots more trustworthy than every Russian that I know? They say that their whole heart is sore. It's not culture, language, country, it is only Putin's war. We invent a dance called back footing. We stand with our friends and we chant.
Why it doesn't want to
Called back footing. We stand with our
run?
friends and we chant back Putin.
It is super broken.
Slava Ukraini, Geroyam Slava. The whole free world is with you.
Have you heard the tragedy of Darth Dmitri device? It's not a story the Western spies will tell you. 1911, Tokarev. They are brothers.
45 automatic, Colt pistol, cartridge heavy, locked and ready. No whistle, single stacked like its brother. Good for when it's stopping power. Just like AK starts with a 7.62. If you need a piercing weapon, it's the right gun for you. FN model written over TT Tokarev's jeans. Lot of safety fully stuck in your dreams.
We have here
Big tough boys have come out to play. Both of them have the same classic DNA. 1911 single stack. You must respect the loud wing next to the creep of TT. Also stood your ground.
bookworm. But there is no bookworm here. Yes, service is empty. That is okay. Yes. If it still doesn't work, you know what you can do. When you edit the file, you just go and do here trust, and trust for this one as well. And yes, and then restart. Just to be sure, let's do a restart instead of a reload, just in case. And that should work. Stable is bullseye.
It's the vodka-ism with his toys. What you drinking, homie?
Another one is bookworm.
Let's go. Handmaster.
Bullseye is the one that I installed, and it doesn't work.
East side, Beacon Bus, transparent class. Adidas from Germany, Deutsch is meine Family. Me
Supported platforms, bullseye.
hard bus, ich kenne das a fool. That boy acting like a fool. Der Bass schlägt hard. Get ready for that part. Call me the vodka wizard. A small glass of Slavic dessert. It tastes nice, it hurts your tummy. Why you think my baby silly?
Vodka is fun.
But it's not here.
Vodka is fun. 3, 2, 1. Vodka is fun. 3, 2, 1.
Vodka, 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 vodka is fun. Vodka, vodka wizard. Vodka, vodka, vodka wizard. Drink something scratchy. Drink something scratchy, scratchy. Drink something scratchy.
Doing the same thing.
Scratch your throat. Drink something scratchy. Scratchy.
Doing the same thing. And this is super broken. So a lot of times since I installed pgAdmin 4, it was always a bit of pain. The fourth version 4 is always a pain to install. But man,
Drink something scratchy, scratchy. Drink something scratchy. Drink something scratchy. Head spins like Apache. Hast du getränkt, Junge? Hast du mein Tank, Junge?
Vodka is fun. 3, 2, 1.
yeah.
Vodka is fun. 3, 2, 1. Vodka is fun. 3, 2, 1. Vodka.
Okay, you got pgAdmin working. That's good. Now you need to configure database, configure everything. Oh crap, I would like to show you this, but
Drink something scratchy. Drink something scratchy, scratchy. Drink something scratchy. Drink something scratch your throat. Drink something scratchy. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Drink something scratchy. Drink something scratchy. If you drink this much, you will literally die. This is not life advice.
problem is that I don't know this binary. Okay, open the console. This is yeah, it tells me this is super broken. We are doing all via web now, and yeah, this is not user pgAdmin bin. User pgAdmin bin. We are running a program here. That's Node.js.
Doing crimes casually. It's your boy and you know me. On my way to victory. This red thing is all I need. Red drink, big cup. So fun I can't stop.
I will have to test this off stream. It is loading a window. It tells me an error that cannot connect to a server. But this is the pg-admin server. This is not even the Postgres server. Anyway, you got it working, which is good. Okay, so I want to continue with the stream on what I wanted to do. So here is what I want to do. I want to make it write the whole application from scratch. So let's begin by saying hello to the nice AI. Hello, I am a beginner and I want to code some sample application, which will be a web app. This web app will be similar. No, similar. No, let's do the comparison. So we'll do only one thing. The thing is, users can post messages in a main board. There is only a single page where the latest messages are displayed, and there is a text box for a user to post a new message, along with another text box for username and the send button. Users don't authenticate. There is no login. They just put the username they wish. Okay. I just defined more or less what I want. Hello, it's great to hear that you are interested in coding a web application. It sounds like a simple and fun project to get started with. Here is an outline of the steps you can follow to create the web application you described. Choose a programming language and a web framework. There are many programming languages and web frameworks that you can use to create a web application. Some popular options include Python, Ruby, and JavaScript. Some popular web frameworks include Django, Ruby, and Rails, and Node.js. Choose one that you are most comfortable with and you think will be suited for the project. Set up your development environment. Once you have chosen your programming language and web framework, you'll set up the development environment. Yeah. Okay. Create a main board page. This is the only web page in your web app. It should be easy to create. You'll need the template for the page using HTML and CSS. You can use a template engine such as Jinja or ERB, I don't know what is ERB, to generate the HTML dynamically. The page will display the list messages to include a form with a text box for a user to post the message, along with a text box for the username and send button. Handle form submissions. When a user submits the form, you'll need to handle the submission in your server-side code. Yes. You can use an ORM such as Django ORM or Active Record for Ruby Rails to interact with the database. It's a nice suggestion. Displaying the latest messages. After a user posts a new message, you'll need to update the main board to display the latest messages, including the new messages. You can use Ajax, good, to update the page dynamically without loading the entire page. Deploy your web application. Once you have completed your web app, you'll need to deploy it to a web server so others can use it. You can use a cloud platform such as Heroku, AWS, or deploy your web app easily. Those are the general steps you'll need to follow to create a simple app for users to post messages. Good luck for your project. Good. Yeah, I will be online. I will be online. Okay, I'll be for at least 40 minutes, maybe more, because today I'm feeling better. So now what I want to do is like, I want to use PostgreSQL for this. Can you create a database for this project? Be aware that I only gave him the main description. Doesn't have anything else. So, okay. Step 1, installing PostgreSQL on your computer. Step 2, SQL, and then we do create database, my web app, or whatever it is. Then we create a new user. You can do this in pgadmin. So this is saying here, those commands, which this is SQL. In pgadmin, you can just do right click and create database. But you will see a tree of stuff. You need to find what is the right node that you right click and you can create a database. Depends on where you click on the tree on the left. And then right click that new database and it opens a form and you can fill basically the name, click save and it will create. Same for users, you have to go to the tree where there are the users and create your user. And then when you create a user via pgadmin, you have also tabs to grant privileges. That's it. Okay. Now, I want the schema for the database for my project. Sure. Here is an example schema for your PostgreSQL database. And then create table messages, ID, username, message, created at, with explanation. This is the part where I find it amazing. Because up to here, this is mostly standard stuff. If you Google the web, you can find this yourself and they will tell you roughly the same thing. In forums and so on, you will find the same thing in different wording. So far so good. Up to there I can understand, but here it has understood from my first message, it has understood what the application is, because the definition has come from my first message. That's all my definition. That's it. And it knows already that I only need one table and those are the fields that I need. And I tell you, this is correct. This is the correct fields that you need. And it explains the fields. So it's a very simple schema that should be sufficient for your web application. You can customize it as needed depending on your requirements. Once you create this schema, you can use SQL queries to insert messages into the database to retrieve them and to display the main board page of your web app. That's perfect. Now, before we move on to a different topic, let's continue in here. So, let's ask for data. Can you give me a SQL that fills some sample data for the database? Here is an example SQL statement that will insert some sample data into your message table. So it knows to which table. Oh, this time it has done a mistake or not? Oh, no, it doesn't. I was thinking like, you have missed the created at. No, because it has default current timestamp. So it doesn't need the current timestamp. That's correct. But I want the current stamp field to be set manually too, because and the no, I want all. all the fields to be defined and not omitted. I think that has only one name. Okay, because I want to guarantee that everyone that executes the SQL gets exactly the same data inserted. You fix the above with this. Let's put please. We have to be nice. We have to be nice.
Many squats, hard base tags, drink vodka, drink vodka, drink vodka, drink vodka, drink vodka.
So Alice says, "Hello world," and Bob, "How's everyone today?" And Charlie, "I just posted my first message." David, "This is a really cool web app. If I like posting messages here." That's nice. It has put different users here. That's nice. Okay. And now, what will be the SQL statement that the backend will send to the database for presenting the main page? It's still quite ambiguous. I hope you get what I actually want to get. I want the SQL statement that gets the latest messages. But I'm not saying so. I'm not telling ChatGPT that I want the latest messages or anything. I want ChatGPT to figure out that the main page queries the last messages, as I said earlier, and to figure out what is the correct SQL for that. To display the latest messages, got it right already. On the main page of your web app, the backend can send a SQL statement to the database to retrieve the messages in the sending order. It's doing it right already, the right order of the created timestamps. Here is an example of how could you retrieve the latest 10 messages from the messages table. Username, message created at from messages ordered by created at desk limit 10. Yes. Retrieves this, most 10 recent messages, you can customize this and so on. Okay. Now, next question regarding databases. When the table grows a lot, no, let's ask. What if there are millions of rows on that table? Will that SQL be still fast? Let's see if we can reason that. If the message table has millions of rows, the SQL statement I provided earlier might become slower. That's true, as the database has to scan through a larger number of rows to retrieve the latest messages. However, you can optimize the performance of this SQL statement by creating an index on the created at column. It knows to which column, it knows what to do, and it knows how to fix exactly. Like, this is amazing. That it's able to reason it. That's amazing. I'm sorry, but this is amazing. This statement creates an index on the created at column in descending order, which allows the database to efficiently retrieve the latest messages using an order by clause in the SQL statement. With the index in place, the database can quickly locate rows that match the query criteria that should improve the performance of the SQL statement. That being said, performance also depends on hardware resources, blah blah blah. Yes, we know ChatGPT that this is dependent on a ton of stuff. I want to make it harder. I think that Postgres supports something called partial indexes. Is this useful for making this even faster? Even faster is 2 words. Let's not confuse ChatGPT more than is needed. Yes, partial indexes can be a useful feature in PostgreSQL for optimizing performance of queries that filter on a specific condition. In the case of your messages table, you could create a partial index on the created at column that only includes rows where the created items timestamp is within the past 24 hours. This will allow the database more efficiently retrieve the latest messages by only considering a smaller subset of the rows that meet the filtering condition. Here is an example of how you can create a partial index on the created column for messages that were created within the past 24 hours. Okay, there is a regular index, but it has the where condition. I'm not sure if this works like that, but the syntax is correct. And the intent is correct. What it's trying to do is correct. I'm not sure if that will work as it is, but what it's trying to do makes total sense. Database can quickly retrieve the latest messages for the web posted in 24 hours. It's worth noting that creating indices. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Let's step it up a notch. Another thing that I'm considering is table partitioning. Can you make the commands for me to set it up? Let's see. Table partitioning in PostgreSQL is usually featured for managing large table with a high volume of data. By dividing the table into smaller, more manageable partitions based on a partition key, queries can be executed more efficiently and with a reduced I/O overhead. In your case, you could partition your table based on the create at column, which is a natural partition key for time-based data. Here is an example of how could you set a table partitioning for the message table in PostgreSQL. Step 1. Create a partition parent table. Yeah. Create child tables for each partition as a step 2. That looks good. And by the way, I never got to use partitions in Postgres. I used something similar, but it was more manual using web partitions and some indexes as well. But it was on 9.6. We didn't have this much. Okay, that is creating one table per year. You made a pull request. I will check later. Remind me once I finish the stream and I will check. And then insert the data into the child tables. That looks awesome. Okay, to be fair, like as all of you are starting now, you are not supposed to do all of this. The only thing that you're supposed to do is the index. To index by created at, this is needed. But yeah, and knowing how to do the select, knowing how to do inserts, and knowing how to create the table. That's what you need to learn. The other stuff that I'm asking ChatGPT, partial indexes and partitioning, this is the hard stuff. This is for extra points. This is, let's say that you want to scale up the application into millions of rows. You want, like, I don't know, successful as Twitter, and you need to spread across several servers. You have a ton of data and so on. So that will be the solution. But in our case, if we get up to 1000 rows, that will be more than enough. So that's good enough for Postgres, and I'm very satisfied that it does a lot. So let's say that for the backend, I want to go with Rust, but I don't know which crates do I need for this. Can you recommend me, please? Pretty please? Sure, there is a number of Rust scripts that you can use to build your web application. Here are some popular ones that you might find useful. Actix Web, powerful high performance, data. Yeah. Diesel. Diesel is a very good one. At some point, we can try Diesel afterwards, but right now the problem is that it will feel overcomplicated and you will not do SQL inside Diesel because Diesel does the SQL for you, and I want you to do the SQL. So that's the limit your options to Actix Web or Toki, it seems. I don't know why. Okay. Serde to serialize as JSON, that's correct. Chrono, that's correct. And log. Those are good starter crates. This selection is good. I mean, we have our reasons on why I don't want Diesel, but this is a pretty good collection. It has a state on topic. So let's say write my own SQL and that will write that automatically. What could be a replacement? SingSTD, Tokyo, and Actix runtimes. Yeah, but those are the native TLS and Rust TLS backends. Yes, those runtimes look like async runtimes. I'm not sure it will be. You can use the Postgres data. No, Mr. ChatGPT. Stop. I just want a list of crates that would be interesting to replace Diesel. Okay. Rust SQLite says that it supports Postgres. It gives me options, and I think that they are real. I'm not sure because I'm not familiar, but sounds correct. We'll go with SQLX. What crates can you recommend to replace? Is Actix the best option for me? There is Rocket. I think that the problem is that Rocket is dead at the moment. There is almost no changes lately, and people is scared that it's gonna be dead. So that is a web framework. Let's ask for that. I'm just curious, since that I checked it before. Oh yeah, it is something. It is something, and it's quite minimalistic. Interesting. Warp. I heard about Warp. It doesn't say anything about Actum or whatever it's called. There was another one recently called Actum or something like that. No. That is, yeah. Stop. Here is the problem. It is hallucinating. This does not exist, right? Autumn Rust goes to Axum Rust. So right now it has been hallucinating. This is the problem with the AIs. You cannot tell when it's hallucinating or not. If you know it and you correct it, it will go back and correct itself. But if you don't, you will swallow all of this as real. And that's the real problem with AI. Okay. Does Axum work well with SQLX? That's the question you were asking, right? Because there is something like runtimes. And that's more or less the type of response that I will give you, that they are different things and they should be easy to combine. But you said that the Axum is made by Tokyo. So Axum will be using Tokyo as the async runtime. I don't think if that's correct English, but it can process that. Yeah, Tokyo is the library that provides async. Tokyo is the async runtime. And Axum is built on top of Tokyo. So you said that SQLX is compatible with Tokyo, with the Tokyo runtime. So if it's compatible with Tokyo runtime and Axum is using the Tokyo runtime, then we are fine. We can use it together. So that's the thing. So async in Rust is hard, right? Because you need a runtime for async in order to run async. And depending on what you choose, you have limitation on which kind of crates can you pull that use async. Because if the crate that you pull is made for something else, then crap. But I think this is a better option, Axum, than the other one, than ActiveWeb, because Tokyo is super popular. It's the runtime for async that is used everywhere, which means that almost every single crate should be compatible with the Tokyo runtime, where the ActiveWeb, if it has its own runtime, we might hit a problem where we put another crate, and then this crate that wants async, it wants the Tokyo async, and is not prepared for the Actix async. No, in fact, no. What I'm saying is that Actix also needs a middleman. It's just that it's hidden. It creates a dependency. So Axum Tokyo looks good. I mean, ideally no. Ideally, I will not touch the repo. So if you want, you can go and add the Axum and Tokyo yourself. Try to add it. So let's go with Axum. You generate for me a sample cargo toml with our decisions. Dodenv? Why? And see, and it's adding Tokyo. Okay. The versions might be old. Okay, so because it has all data. but yeah, why? Okay, let's ask. Maybe we need it. Maybe we need it. Why do we need .env? Because Tokyo, we get it. Tokyo is async. Is to get async. To load the environment variables from a file called env. Oh, to put the API keys, to put passwords, database connection strings. This is a good call. This is a good call. It makes it easy to load the variables from a file data, and it works well with other crates like SQLX. That is a good suggestion. It's a good suggestion. That's something that I didn't know. You see, we are learning here. There is still the chance that it is half hallucinating this stuff. I doubt that it's hallucinated at the moment because it's very specific. It makes too much sense to me to think that this is hallucinated, but it's possible. And if it is, well, we can just try. If it doesn't work for us, we just change. This doesn't matter. But I noticed that you suggested earlier other crates that haven't been included here. Can you include them if they make sense? Because I don't want to add also this web, you know. I don't want two things of the same. Okay, Tokyo. Okay, now continue. Log, okay, and vlogger, okay, share the JSON, okay. Cool. I also need you to include some recommended crates for error handling. Is it fried? Ah, no. It's taking its time. Yeah, edition 2018, yes, because his data is a bit old. Disregard, put the latest edition for the love of God. Yeah, anyhow. Cool. Maybe less performant, we don't care. This is for errors. We don't care about performance, about errors. We want good errors, not good performant errors. And this error, yeah. I think we need both. It's taking this time. Snafu? I think this is a real crate. It's on top of this error. Provide additional features like error context. Yeah, I think I heard about this one. I don't think we need it, or maybe it's nice to have. I don't know. And here goes the cargo 2ml file that includes Anyhow, it's taking its time. I'm going to open a new. No, that's not what I want. That's what. I'm seeing your pull request in another window. I mean, we can put it here. Why not? Let's review that meanwhile, because I'm bored of waiting for ChatGPT. The SQL is great along with a compatible web framework.
Читаем книги, открываем ум и кругозор. Ходим в спектакли, пьесы уважаем до сих пор. На автоматах не сидим, не любим наркоты. Мы чутки подкупники, играем в шахматы. Играем в шахматы. Подкупники, играем в шахматы.
5 центов.
Мы чутки подкупники, играем в шахматы. Охуевших пидоров мы посылаем в школу. Оперу мы слушаем, как раньше магнитолу. Криминал района, сука, двигаю делишки. В библиотеку вовремя я не сдаю, бля, книжки. Играем в шахматы. Мы чутки подкупники, играем в шахматы. Играем в шахматы. Мы чутки подкупники, играем в шахматы.
Блять, ну есть такое простое понимание. Куда нашему человеку без образования?
Yeah, PD pool. That's nice. Just select one.
Нахуй, блять.
Yeah.
Нахуй, блять. Присели за партой. Нахуй, блять. Училка всегда ставила нам нахуй 5.
That looks good.
Спортсмены. Наш стиль. Не любишь ты школу, блять. Ты дебил.
That looks good. Let's go back to ChatGPT. It's still writing. Okay, we got anyhow and this error, and we are skipping snafu. I think that's good. You know what? I'm going to copy and paste that to you into the chat. Because I think it's a good starter point. You have to review the versions though. The versions will be old or wrong, or maybe totally hallucinated, but it gives you a good starting point. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to do something slightly different. So I would like to see what the folder tree structure looks like for this Rust backend that contains the cargo tunnel that just suggested. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a merge.
On for wheel, in rayon I'm making deal. Festiworks on for wheel, notice price back on heel.
Okay.
Back on heel.
Okay, we got PI models, routers, and this is using Axum. Nice. That looks. Oh! With test. Copy code. This gives you a great idea on what it will look like. This is amazing. This is amazing. But wait, there is more. Because we can make it hallucinate files. I can ask to list the contents of a file from this imaginary folder structure. Let's wait a second until it finishes. Okay, it has finished. So which file do I want to see first? Let's go for the main RS. Okay. What will be the contents of the file? File is the other file. File or file? I don't know. English is hard.
Eastern block, it always rain. Dream a letter, down the drain. Coming close, you feel the pain. I hit you like a subway train. Slavic light, no flying high. Get the ladies every time. Slavic light, no oil is real. Light a glossing every deal.
It's using .env already. It's using .env. It has rooted the slash, correct. Post message. This is when you hit the to send a new message, and it's creating for me the sequel to insert the new message. Returning the ID. Nice. It's grabbing the ID. Wow, 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 wow. Grabs the ID and it converts to JSON to return. Yeah, that looks correct to me. That is half of the application written already. Okay. Good. Very, very good. I also would like to see the contents of src / API / routes rs. Okay, here is the struct that when downloading from the database, you will get a vector of messages. Those have the same fields as the database. Good. We have our list messages. That is a query for the last 100. I think that's good enough, and I will return now. Okay. And here it has re-implemented the create message as post. So this is not consistent with the previous file. But anyway, it is good. Maybe I haven't been very specific on what I want. But you know what? This is good enough for me. Last thing. I want the contents of... I don't think this is gonna be to make any sense at all, because I don't think we need models RS for SQLX. I don't think we need such distinction. Because in model, it should put the struct. The struct should be here. Yeah, and that's it. And then this one should come from models. Yeah, well, that's good enough. Also, I noticed you placed some tests. What are the contents of test unit DBRS? What are the unit tests here? And it's importing. It is importing from the crate. It's importing from the other files. Let us pull. It creates the database automatically. Cool. This is the message lifecycle. This is the connection. Messages. It gets the latest messages. It asserts that the messages are empty at the beginning. Creates a message. And then there should be one message. Nice. At the context of the message is asserting the context of the message. Nice. Nice. And the created that is ensuring that it makes some sense. This is good code. This is good code. Good practices. Okay. That is good. That is very good. I'm not sure, but I think that I think that our application is done in the backend. We have finished for the backend. That is all for all the work we needed for the backend. On the front end, we wanted Angular plus Bootstrap. How do we start? No, you're not going to be very spoiled, to be fair. As long as you don't copy, literally, you're not going to be spoiled. If you, just by seeing the shape of the code, what it's doing, this is good for you to understand more or less what you need to build roughly. To get started with Angular and Bootstrap, you need to have Node.js and the Angular CLI installed in your machine. Here are the steps to create a new Angular project with Bootstrap. The terminal, run ng new my project, will create a project my project with the default Angular configuration. cd, install Bootstrap, jQuery, Popper.js. I don't know what is Popper.js. Okay. Put the Angular JSON, and on the following lines. So we add the Bootstrap CSS. Nice. Open the app component HTML and we add here some code to try Bootstrap. Nice. And then we do ng-serve and we can see in localhost the port is correct. You can see the app running. Okay. Got it. Now I need to do the changes to present UI as the main page of the app. Now, doesn't know what is the UI that we need to put here. Without this, we can create a component. I think it knows that will show the messages at the form to submit a new message. Yes, that's exactly what we need to do. Perfect. We can call it main page component, and here's the example of what the template of this component will look like. It's designing it. It's doing the design. This is correct. This looks like a correct design. Here are the messages in an H1. Okay. The on submit is here. I think it's on top. Okay. So we have a title on top that says messages. Then we have a form that has username and message. Message is longer. Cool. And we have the submit button that says post. Okay. And then we have the ng4. This is Angular. Listing the messages. Correct. This is a good starter. This is a good starter for an HTML template. and it explains me here how it works. Perfect. And then it goes to the TypeScript program, and it's writing the TypeScript program for the same component. It's writing the component. Okay, this is the post part, and this is the receiving part. Nice. On init, when we start the page, we want to load the messages. We load the messages, and then we have an API service, get messages, subscribe. Yes, it's connecting already to the database. It's assuming that this is in another file. In the other file, we have the connection to the database, to the backend. So we subscribe to that part of the backend, and then we fill the messages and submit. We post the message, subscribe. Then it reloads the messages and clears up. Oh my god! Oh my god! This is good. This is good. This is good. Wait a second. Yeah, there is the API service. We are missing the API service. Could you write it for me, please? Pretty please? Okay, my cold is still there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this matches. This base URL matches, right? The slash API. Wait a second. Here, let's scroll up. Well, this one was slash messages. That's fair enough. But I recall it used. I think it used a slash API before. Or am I mistaken? I might be mistaken. I thought I saw. Oh yeah, this was in slash. Okay, so it is hallucinating that. Okay, I mean. Yeah, but it's recalling the messages from above. That is indeed correct. So get messages. It does the get call to the URL. Yes. And it does the for post. It does the post URL of the message. We are missing message. It's placing it here, and here is the class message. Okay. That is all. We have the backend, we have the frontend, and we have the database. Am I missing something, or the application is done? Are we missing something, or is the application basically done with what you gave me so far? Because I think it's done. There is no input validation. The application doesn't have any authentication or authorization mechanism. That's true. Pagination. As the number of messages grow, may be necessary to input pagination. Yes. As the application scales, performance may become an issue. You may then consider caching or performance optimizations. That's true. Deployment. You will need to deploy the application to a server so it can be accessed by users. This will involve setting up a server, installing necessary dependencies, and configuring the application to run on a server. How would I deploy this into a server? I think this is the only reasonable thing missing. Variables, we will need a cargo release. Yes, another application. You might want to use a process manager like systemd or supervisor. We'll need to use supervisor, I guess. A reverse proxy for HTTPS, and then how to set up HTTPS. We'll need to do that as well. Test an application. You should test your application to ensure everything is working as expected. Yeah. Yes, supervisor. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am missing anything. Wow, ChatGPT just destroyed all 4 of us in what? In 1 hour, I think. In 1 hour has coded everything. But wait. I also need Django version of the Rust backend. Can you code something similar but in Django, please? Let's do it in Django now. Sure. He always... He doesn't have any problem. He's the perfect worker. Never sleeps. Creates the new application. It's creating the model. Creating a serializer. Yep. From my time in with Django, I think that is correct. Now the view to show the JSON in this case. I will ask. It's creating the whole thing. It's creating the whole thing. I think it has missed. It has missed the post. So this is the query, but posting a new message is not here. But yeah, as you can see, with this little amount of code in Python, you have created mostly the same. So you can see how fast is working with Python. Super simple. It's super simple. That's why it's so convenient. Yeah, we are missing the post. We might be missing a few things, but that's mostly it. Yeah, let's see. Thanks very much. Can I license all this code that you gave me as GPL v3? I'm not sure I'm going to understand. Exactly, didn't understand. The code was the output of an AI, that GPT, the AI. The result? Can I still license these as GPL v3? This one it is. As a language model, I don't own the code I generate, and I don't have the legal authority to grant licenses for it. However, the code generated by me is considered the product of your own work, as you provided the input and made decisions based on the output, which is true. As such, you have the right to license the resulting code according to your preferences. A GPL is a commonly used license for open source software. That being said, it's important to note that you should consult with a legal expert if you have any concerns. Yes, because this is not legally binding, but does it count as express consent? No? I don't know. It looks like yes, but it's a freaking machine that is hallucinating stuff. So it's like, If someone is drunk and they says yes to something, is that express consent or not? So yeah, maybe it's not. But yeah, my understanding, as far I'm also not a lawyer, so don't trust me on this as well, because I'm not a lawyer. But my understanding is agreeing with this view that the code generated by ChatGPT is product of my inputs and the decisions that I took on the outputs. Therefore, this code I can consider it mine. It's not gonna know Wolhi. It's not gonna know if there is any precedence of this at all. It's not gonna know because this model does not have access to the internet. This model has data that is old. I think it's 2022 or something like that. How new is the data set that are you trained on? Does it have any data in 2023? It's 2021. Okay. Do you think that the problem is that is a strong word and it can bail out on me. If there has been any evidence of this view of AI generated stuff is owned by the user interacting, has been used in any court? That's not correct. In like that, I guess. Okay, that is true. That statement is fully true. But I don't know what you want to get from here. Which kind of guess? I'm feeling that you want to make the AI guess something. But the way you are wording it, the problem is that with that wording, you are asking for facts. I think the answer that it has given me, I like the answer that it has given me. I like it. I don't have any complaints on the answer so far. I'm very pleased. Very pleased. Sometimes with AIs, you have to do a bit of roundabout to circle around a bit until you get what you want. But so far, ChatGPT has gone very straight to the point, with very little me pressing onto particular topics. So I'm very happy. I am very happy with this particular AI. What will be your guess on this topic? Imagine that in far future we have this in a court case. Do you think that they will agree that the user is the one that holds copyright. And now let's see, are you going to bail out on me now? Difficult to say for certain what will happen in a particular court case in the future. Many factors, however, it's possible that courts could recognize the user as the owner of AI generated certain circumstances. Okay, for example, if the user has taken the steps to input the AI output, that could be argued they have contributed significantly to the final product and they should be therefore have some degree of ownership of it. Additionally, the AI generated output is sufficiently transformative and original so that it meets the legal standards for copyright protection, and the user could be potentially seen as the rightful owner of the content. Of course, there may be potential of counter arguments to this position, and it's possible that courts might ultimately decide that AI generated output should be treated differently from traditional copyrightable works. Ultimately, it will be likely depend on the specific circumstances of each case and how the legal system chooses to approach this emerging issue. Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah. Yeah. But what if an AI that generates images, one that does this on its own, that one that has an AI that decides which text to put as prompt, and another that renders the image. Then these images are posted on Instagram automatically. Let's say it's 1 per hour. In this case, where will the copyright be? Because there is no human input at all controlling any AI. What if I tell Google's AI to give you random inputs that will generate a software? Who owns that? This is an interesting and complex scenario. Generally, most context copyright law grants domination to human authors of original works and the rights to exploit those works. In case of AI-generated image, where there is no human involvement in the creative process, it is unclear who will own the copyright. Currently, the law is still catching up with AI-generated content, and there are no clear precedents for this specific scenario. It is possible that new laws and regulations may be needed to address the issues related to AI-generated content in the future. It is also worth noting that even there is no human involvement in the creation of the AI-generated work, the organization that developed and owns the AI could potentially claim ownership of the output of the system. However, this is a complex legal issue that is still evolving. I think in the case that I just outlined, the images should just be public domain. It's possible, okay. And it got weirder. What if we interconnect a system like Google Trends or similar, or maybe Stack Overflow, Overflow, that we get a random question or random topic that people search for, and then an AI automatically generates content for this. Let's just read the chat. In my opinion, the AI designers getting copyrights will be the worst possible scenario. They will own so much intellectual property they could enforce censorship on a level that China can only dream of. Yeah, it's really suboptimal. I don't like that scenario. I don't like that scenario. I mean, I like my point of view. Well, gonna lie. I think that it should be the user, the copyright holder, and if there is no user, I think it should be public domain. That's my point of view. But yeah, others can disagree, and jurisdiction can disagree with me and screw with me very much. But yeah. Yeah. Could become more complicated. The generating content based on a prompt from Google Trends or Stack Overflow when it's considered input from a third party. However, the actual content is still generated by the AI with yes. Yeah, that is repeating itself. Yeah. Anyway, this is a very nice test. What was my application about? Because I forgot. Tell me what was my application about. It's the second time that they read this. That they transform it into a task management system. It's not a task management system. They dream about this. And it includes user authentication authorization. But it remains the backend is built in Rust, Axiom, and SQLX, and web framework database library, respectively. No. This isn't true. Original request says is user posting board with messages only. Nothing to do with tasks. Regenerate. Application. Okay, now it's more generic. No. Let's fix this. It's not a management app. It is just a message board. Remember? They have this tendency. This is very hard to fix. Okay, I'm gonna call it good enough. I need to do a sample on how this app will render in practice. Sample data and embedded CSS. So I can preview it. I can only clean up 10 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, now it's rendering a page. Now it's rendering our... If this goes as I expect, I think I'm going to just to copy the code, write a file with the code, and try to show it here in the stream so we can see what the AI is imagining our application. I'm curious. It has written navigation even. Oh yeah. If those models get better, like twice as good, this is gonna be awesome. But I think we are currently hitting the limits of hardware. So we might need to wait a few years until we get better Nvidia cards, way better Nvidia cards to fit way bigger models, which is sad. But I mean, whoa, okay. Going to copy this. Let's see.
You want to play with us? We play hard bass. Do you want to play with us? We play
No.
Do you want to play
Let's see if I can.
us? We play hard bass. Do you want to play with us? We play hard
How to search for?
The beat that makes the drop. The beat that makes the drop. The beat that
Where are you? I just saved it here.
The beat that makes the drop. Have fun like legs to one.
Yeah, I forgot how the alphabet works. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is Bootstrap. Home, new message, message board, message title. It goes here. I mean, it's not exactly what we are asking, but it's close. It's close. Your employer know that, yeah. I think they know already. Wait. That looks incorrect. It should have on the top to a form to send a message, including a text box for username, and the messages should be below. Messages are not editable or anything.
Dipping all my veggies in mashed potatoes. Worthy feather baked, I like the way the taste goes. Dipping all my veggies in mashed potatoes. My plate full of cheap, I eat like Jeffrey Bezos. Deep fried potato, add spice blend when friends come visit.
This one is not using Bootstrap.
Stress enhanced flavor with mayonnaise. Mashed potato never end to bad, but roast potato man, we cook smart like we playing chess. Enhanced flavor with mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. Enhanced flavor with mayonnaise.
Let's just stop.
Mayonnaise. Potato mash with fries on the side. Skin comes off, there's nothing to hide. You can even try to turn it into a great biscuit. My kitchen zone is also known as Tuber District.
Now that looks better. Integrity. What? The hell? Are you trying to hack me, Chat GPT? Or what? The hell?
I like them boiled, baked and fried. Take their starch, I'm losing my mind. Chips, flakes, pancakes, what do you think? Wash it down with potato drink. Potato drink. Potato drink. Potato drink. Potato.
Okay. I mean, it still doesn't match all the criteria. I think we are missing a thing or two maybe, but it's quite good. Let's update. This is the new one. Yeah, that's more what I was thinking about. This is what the application should look like. You put here your username. Hello, how is everyone? And then you send. Oh, I did click. Yeah, it clicks, of course, it's a form. And it will go here. And it will go here. Ah, yes.
7447.
Do you know your own toss?
Which boy is dominating? Guess which boy is worth hating? Boom, bow, biff, bow.
This one it doesn't, or it says that it doesn't.
Is it clear to see the best design in history? Like boom, bow, biff, bow. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Round. It is
Okay.
clear to see that AK wins no mystery.
Yeah, I'm out of ideas. Can you update the last HTML code to include some JavaScript so that it seems that the application works? Yeah, when I hit what's the button called? It's called send. When I hit send, the message gets added. Sure, no? It's sure, it's always sure. Let's see if we can find that, get an interactive version.
474, best design came back for more. 4747, grandpa surface rifle cannon. Holy steel or bakelite, ladder doesn't break a light. On the field they all are knocking you do more damage.
Okay, it's right in the form. Now the problem is on the send part. That looks like a regular send. Oh, there is a script there. Is query what jQuery, Popper, Bootstrap. It's adding. Oh! It's handling the submit. It's handling the submit. And adding the new message. Yes. Go, Chat GPT, go! That's amazing. Okay. Let's try this one. Okay. Test one. Wow, it works. That's so nice. That is so nice. No, you will say something on the lines of something on those lines. Yeah. Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. It's powerful, this freaking thing. It's very powerful. Yeah, Concha is. Yeah. I forgot. Hey guys, it's me. I write hey guys. Yeah. Okay, it's late. We explored a lot here. We wrote a full application using just ChatGPT with database, front-end and backend. And then converted into HTML so you can run it from the browser just in a single file. I think it has been fun. So yeah, going to close. Ah, for Saturday. Tell me. A good start for Rustlings. I don't know. I am here at home on call. So for me, from 9 a.m. I am here. But just be aware that 6 p.m. I am out. 6 p.m. my time, which is your 7 p.m. So if you want me, you need to finish before 6 p.m. 6 p.m. sharp, I'm out of the house. That's the only thing. You have all the day. But it needs to be early because 6 p.m. I need to go out. I know that you are more like the late guy. I know.
Comrade, you just posted cringe.
And yeah, and late night, I don't know when. Because we'll go out and probably be back by 8 or 9 or so, but probably don't want to stream. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Think about it, or I don't know. Maybe we can try to fit it over the night, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard fitting it over the night because I will be out. I will be having dinner or something, and I will be returning tired. So yeah, okay. That sounds good. You too. Have a good night. Bye.